So a question I get asked a lot from prospective members or people inquiring about the gym is, do we perform the Olympic lifts in here? Short answer is no. So that's pretty much it. If you want more of an explanation, just keep watching the video. So basically, the reason I don't perform the Olympic lifts is that I consider it to be quite an intricate and skillful sport. And I just think the way it's taught in, say, a lot of CrossFit gyms and gyms similar to our own, it kind of get like, you might get a warm up with a PVC pipe and then you get a barbell and put weights on and off you go. And I just don't think it's doing the sport justice, really. And also in terms of my own coaching, I don't like doing things if I can't do them properly. And the lifts are so intricate that you really should be spending an entire session on working on the technique, and not just once, but multiple times over months, over years. So whenever anyone asks me if they want to do Olympic lifting, I will always point them to Capital Strength and Harry Leach down in Rialto or Dolphins Barn. He's probably, as far as I know anyway, the best guy in the country. A lot of the Irish team train there. So if it's a sport or something that people want to do specifically, I'll send them down there. For ourselves here, we used to coach variations of the power snatch, power clean. We don't do it anymore. I do train a lot of combat athletes, and with them, I only have them for maybe one session a week. And trying to coach the Olympic lifts would take up far too much time. So in terms of achieving the same adaptation, triple extension, being more explosive, we would look at just jumps, possibly weighted jumps. And even now you could argue with some sports and some power athletes, they mightn't even achieve triple extension and still be incredibly powerful. So for what we're looking for, we'll just use more simple variations. Also another thing too, and I think a lot of people that have come from CrossFit gyms and CrossFit backgrounds might have a bit of trepidation, I'm not going to say necessarily fear, around the Olympic lifts, but they would have seen them or encountered them maybe in a Metcon or a short workout where they're performing a lot of repetitions for time. And again, what I've seen over the years is there's quite a significant breakdown in technique under fatigue. With Olympic lifting, sure, you'll see pause reps and partial reps, and they'll do some clusters and the like, but you're not going to see something like a CrossFit workout where it's 30 reps for time. It can be fun to do, I'm not denying that at all, but it does come with a bit of a risk. Generally when we do our conditioning blocks in this gym, it'll be low skill movements. So it could be something as simple as a Russian style kettlebell swing. It could be just a loaded carry, slam ball carry, ground to over shoulder. Mostly it's on the erg, so the rowing machine, the ski erg, the bike erg. Again, there is elements of skill within those movements, less so on a bike, but we want to maintain power output, not at the cost of say movement efficiency, and also we want to minimize the risk of injury as well. So that's a long-winded answer. I've done my weightlifting license in Australia in 2009 in a past life, but even in my own training, my technique would have been so-and-so because I just didn't spend enough time training the Olympic lifts. Our focus here primarily is on the squat, the bench, the deadlift, and the overhead press. We have folks that compete in powerlifting. I've done well there, but we, again, if someone was looking to specifically do Olympic lifting, I would recommend Capital Strength, Harry Leach down there as the main coach and the guy to get in touch with. Like I said, for ourselves, in terms of our Metcons, we would use lower skill movements. And in terms of sports specificity, we would have other avenues that we would use or take advantage of in terms of achieving higher power output, triple extension and the likes of that too. So that's the longer answer, is that we do not do our coach Olympic lifting in here. Yeah, that is us done. So again, hopefully that answers some questions. Like I said, the short answer and the long answer.